right. Hey, how you doing? This is Erick from AHA and Americans helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. Welcome to Mindset Money Monday and the Amp Live Real Estate Show. I'm going to be your host today, and we're going to talk about a topic that's going to be in regards to hunting deals. Okay, so the topic is off-market versus on-market properties or deals when you're lead generating, free and paid, right? So the good, the bad, and the ugly. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. We're going to do a little training today. Hopefully fire you up and get you motivated in regards to hunting those deals out there, knowing what to look for and breaking down those deals, because there's deals all over the place. We're seeing all kinds of different stuff. We're seeing some pivots and moves that are going from, wholesaler to maybe I need to fix and flip to I want to buy, sell, and do some creative real estate investing stuff, right? So the market is moving. Agents are kind of doing their thing, and trying to figure out how to maneuver with the NAR thing and NAR thing, whatever, National Association of Realtors, whatever it's called, that type of stuff, and then adjusting along with each state, whining, crying about shit and all that good stuff. But just remember, if it wasn't for real estate investors doing this business, the United States of America still being a shithole back in 2010, 11, 12, or 13, right? After the crash. So it doesn't matter what government bullshit gets involved with all that stupid crap, or them, politicians trying to, do something, bring up their name or whatever, and do their part, right? You got to remember, we got the current administration. This is made in America now. The Made in America administration, where all that other stuff is out the door. The woke shit's out the door. The goofballs out the door. Dumb shits are out the door. It's all about rocking and rolling together. Hence, AHA, Americans Helping Americans, to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America, right? I'll say we're powered by Amp Live Media, which is a marketing, broadcasting, and type company where we power our own stuff and power our mentees across the United States of America. I want to say thank you to all past, present, and future mentees of America. We are, for the second quarter, we're ramping up for taking on a new batch of mentees across the United States of America. But I'm going to share with you, if you like what's here, definitely share, like, and love. You can hashtag Get Erick Paul Live, Get Erick Paul Live, and that'll bring up a bunch of information on myself, what we do, AHA, Amp Live, as well as videos and training videos. You can go to amplivemedia.com and check that out as well. I got these spectacles, so I'll be using these here and there. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up right here. Just to get started, a little bit of housekeeping. You can scan that QR code right there in front of you, and that'll book some time with myself and my team where we answer any questions you may have, bring some deals to the table. We'll underwrite them, maybe buy them from you, or vice versa, or market them out, or we'll work together in some capacity, or let's see if we're a good fit for the American Mentee Program. Okay. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to chit chat about motivated sellers, right? Motivated seller leads. Okay. So we got, you can also join us here in Southern California. If you are in the area, definitely reach out and chat with us. And you can scan that, or you can actually text 909-341-6629, 909-341-6629. If you're in the area and you want to learn the art of the deal, creative real estate investing, or you just want to rock some deals together, see how you can we can help each other, because we are looking, I'm going to say it, we are looking for acquisitions. So some good people that have actually done some deals, understand the jam, understand how to underwrite and negotiate along with what we do, plug you in for acquisitions. We're definitely looking for you. Or a handful of people for that, for Southern California, or you can be anywhere in the United States of America, as long as you're awesome at what you do. Disposition, as well as high ticket sales. So we're looking for high ticket sales, and that is for the American Mentee Program. Okay, so motivated sellers. How do we get started? What's the difference, right? Or which one is better? Off market deals or on market deals? Okay, so I'm going to put this back again really quick. I'm going to put this up. I believe it's right here. You can scan that right there. That QR code, book some time with myself and others, or myself and my team. Mostly it'll be for me. And then we'll chat, see if we're a good fit, help you, point you in the right direction. Maybe we'll come and work together in some capacity. But motivated sellers, there's off market. I enjoy off market properties simply because belly to belly, work a better deal. The more problems and issues, the more solutions you provide them, the more money you'll make, right? Because obviously this is not a charity. We're not a charity. We don't do it for charity reasons. But, as you get doing this more and more, the feelings are awesome when someone's up against the wall and life is like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And you're able to help them. Okay. I've had people cry. I've had people, say, thank you very much. And, my uncle, my aunt were going to help me out and they didn't. The banks were a-holes and this was happening. And, these people came and they're going to help me, but these, this kind of messed me all up and triggered the bank and all kinds of stuff because they're unexperienced. We had that happen in Southern California one time. It was a bigger franchise, but that didn't work out. And then we had, I believe it was like a broker agent of some sort that went to some type of creative real estate investing seminar and class, and then tried to close it and alerted the bank, and they got all freaked out and kind of escalated the foreclosure a lot quicker. So she didn't, her time, her that clicking clock was shrinking. So we finally, from a mentee that we had, was doing a short sale over here in Rancho Cucamonga in Southern California. And he had a girlfriend, and that owner was like, hey, you know what, you guys pay referral fees, I see, how much? So we told him, long story short, we connected the dots. We went to the property. We got on the phone first and foremost, because it's always the submission, or the mission is the submission, which I believe on Saturday, you can go check that out. It's free training using a lead gen form. I'll probably share it with you right now, something that you can use. But scan that QR code, let's and book some time together. I'm going to move to the next slide real quick in regards to creative real estate investing and finding those off-market deals. And so I'm going to share this with you. I believe we have this coming up this Thursday for the Creative Real Estate Domination Networking Meetup. That'll be online. It'll be a live webinar. There'll be some Q&A. I'll share myself and what I do, what we do, and share your stuff. Feel free, to do the Q&A and questions, and we'll answer anything that you can come up with. I guarantee we'll get an answer for you. If you got deals, bring them to the table. And then we're going to have a proposal for you, because we are looking for, I should say, recruiting. We're looking for mentees, and we're looking for people to come on board and work with us as well. Scan that QR code. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. It's Thursday, I believe, at 7 p.m. I believe that's what it was set up for. And we'll just go from there. But creative real estate investing, right? Finding those deals. Can you find those off-market deals? Yes, off-market. Where do we find those things, right? We find them on websites, right? So like Craigslist, Marketplace, you got Zillow. If you're going to work data, that's another thing, but you got to know what type of data you're pulling. Pre-foreclosures, NODs, lis pendens, probates, vacant properties, high equity vacant properties, free and clear, depending on what niche you're going to go for. Now, my pro tip is to hyper focus on one. Okay. There's a bunch of verticals of marketing, and then there's a bunch of verticals of different types of deals that you're going to go after. You can just throw the whole kitchen sink out there if you can afford it, but you're still going to want to be able to have the bandwidth and the bodies to be able to take on those specific types of deals and understand and know how to underwrite those. And for every exit strategy is a little bit different. But for the purpose of this, make it simple. Let's say we're wholesaling, or maybe you want to, sub to and fix and flip or buy and hold a property. Those two things. That's it. Okay. So let's, for example, off market, right? Off market versus on market. Off market, well, you got sellers that need and want to sell. So they're going to say, hey, I'm interested. And we're going to go to an ocean or a pool where sellers are saying, hey, they're listing their properties, right? Now you got to remember the MLS is one thing, but they're real estate agents. Then you got a middleman, right? And that's what I'm going to talk about a little bit later on, around 6 p.m. or so. The difference between a gatekeeper agent and a unicorn agent, and the good, the bad, and the ugly about that, and what you need to look for on both. But if you have stuff on the MLS, then it's already listed and everybody and their mother knows about it. So you got to look for all the dead dogs. You got to look for the ones that have been on there forever. You got to look at the ones that are pretty jacked up. The properties and this and that, or pricing is all jacked up, or maybe it's awesome pricing, but it's just not selling for whatever reason. There's a reason, right? It could be marketing or whatever. So you have to find those things, and then you got to negotiate with a unicorn agent to be able to chat with the seller to be able to rock a deal. Okay, so it's a different process. And there are some people that say, hey, what's easier, off market, on market, off market, on market. For me, I would say off market. For others, say, on market. Hey, I'm going to have an agent. I don't know how to write a contract, so they'll write a contract. But there's, you got to remember, there's going to be EMDs, and you're going to have proof of funds, and you're going to have to, perform pretty quickly and fast and all that good stuff, depending on the price points. Unless you're working with the seller and the agent together as a team, then it's going to be hard if you got a gatekeeper agent. Okay. Because it's good luck. It's not going to work. Off market, sweet deals, right? So you can negotiate if it's anywhere, if you're doing virtual stuff, but I suggest have boots on the ground is always the best, unless you're like, going after some crazy properties and you got people that are going for war zone properties. That's cool. For us, I like those cosmetic, fixtures, get in, get out, 2000 plus. We'll look at the 1970s and 60s and 50s, depending on the spread, and not adding square footage and all that stuff, not rearranging walls, just get in, get out. Because when you start opening up those walls on those old houses, anything could happen. You got all kinds of issues that could come up. And then, the bones are a little older, right? Roof, foundation, electrical, the plumbing, all that good stuff. It's built in 2000. If it was a decent builder, yeah, every builder has a little bit of something. Some might be leaks, might be this, might be plumbing, might be electrical issues, but they're very small. But the bones are good. Get in, get out very quickly. 2 or 3 weeks, rehab it, fix and flip it, or keep it for a buy and hold and clean it up and put some money into it so you can rent it out for a nice juicy price point, or arbitrage it of some sort for Airbnb, assisted living, or maybe Section 8 or whatever works for you, co-living. That's the new thing, and pad splits all happening right now, right? Because affordable housing type thing. So it's a perfect timing for all that good stuff if you can figure that stuff out. But it's finding those deals. So I'm going to go ahead and share this real quick. Let me see if I can share my screen right here. There we go. Let me pull this up. All right. So right here, on Thursday, April 17th, about 3 days, 7 hours, and 22 minutes and 35 seconds from now, you can join here. Limited seats. It's free. Real estate domination webinar, the ultimate strategy for unstoppable success, right? Attention all real estate investors. I don't care if you're new, you're old, you're seasoned, doesn't matter. Real estate agent or broker, definitely take advantage of this. And let's meet. Let's chat. You got to remember, anywhere in the United States, it doesn't matter. If you're in Southern California, we'll meet, break bread, and do business, or not. This depends on the situation, right? But at least jump on this webinar, and we're going to talk about everything creative real estate investing, right? Talking about lead generation, how to find the deals, how to underwrite them, role play on how that works, right? And how you need to become an expert and professional. The mission is the submission, right? Surfing for deals, right? That's something that we've coined in the past that we're going to give away today for free. So there should be a link probably in the post. At the same token, I'll bring it up and I'll put it in the chat as well. If you're interested, it's free, doesn't cost anything. It's the Surfing for Deals that'll help you explode. That's what I'm going to share with you right now a little bit, right, on how to copy and paste. I'm not going to get into the copy and paste. That'd take a little bit too long, but I'll share with you where the deals are at, and then what you can use is the video and the PDF that I'll share with you in a second. Copy and paste, boom, boom, boom. And your phone, email, and text are going to blow up with sellers that need and want to sell, because you're fishing in a pond or an ocean where there's fish, period, right? So they're popping and hopping. You're not trying to go after and dig up deals. That's a different jam through CRMs and texts and ring with voice message, postcards, cold calling, AI, all that beautiful, lovely stuff, door knocking, right? So every vertical works. Let me go ahead and share this with you. So definitely sign up. It's very easy peasy. Register. I'm going to get into, let me share this over here. So now we're going to go ahead and usually what we do, I'm going to share this tab with you. So this is our mission, is a submission. So usually this is what we're going for. So once we find a seller, well, I'm kind of skipping a step here, but once we find a seller and we work it, then we're going through this, and I'll share the art of the deal and how this can make you some money. You do about 20 submissions, 5 to 7 appointments, 3 to 4 offers. You'll get 1 to 2 deals, depending on how aggressive you are. Let me go ahead and share this. Here's the Surfing for Deals. You go here. I'm going to pull this up, and I'm going to put this actually in the chat. So let's go ahead. Go here for Surfing for Deals. Where's the chat at? Right there. There you go. I'll just go through the page. It's very simple. So yes, literally, if you do like 10, 15 a day times 5, I would go 7 if it was me. But if you go 5, in 4 weeks, the first week you're going to have about 35% response rate, man. So if you do 100, there's about 35 people that are going to reach out. Doesn't mean everyone's going to be a deal. Doesn't mean everyone's going to work out. Some's going to be junk. Some's going to be crap. Some are going to be agents. Some are going to be brokers. And the ones, handful of them, are going to be what? For sale by owners. People that want to sell their property for sale by owner. For whatever reason it may be, right? It could be anything. It could be, they don't want to use real estate agent. It could be the property. Hey, the agent's telling them they got to spend 30, 40, 50 grand to get full market value. Like, man, I don't have time. It could be a job relocation. It could be a divorce. It could be anything under the sun, right? A distressed situation that you don't even know about. It might be even in pre-foreclosure, you don't know about it, right? It could be the taxes. Who knows? Maybe they inherited a property and there's some title issues. Never know. Usually there's problems. The more issues and problems that you solve, the more money you will make, because it shows how valuable you are. It comes across. But you can get a flood of new seller leads. Learn which tools I use to find these leads. There is some software that you can use to make it automated as well. In-depth training is going to show you exactly how it's done. Watch the free training. Just click this right here, and you'll be able to put in your information. It's very simple. All right, so you're going to untap lead gen strategies. You're going to get expert guidance, list of tools and resources. It is absolutely free, not costing you a dime for now. I definitely scan that QR code, or definitely go to that website that's in the chat. Let me see if I have it here, and I believe I can get it to you. Let me see. I'm going to put the link here. There you go. I'm going to put the link right there. You can scan that QR code right there. That's get instant access to my Surfing for Deals training. It's not going to cost you a dime. Take advantage of it. It'll be fun. It's like hunting for freaking gold, like back in California, right? There's gold in them there hills, son, right? So there is gold everywhere in the United States of America, and that's what you'll be hunting for, gold, right? You just need to turn that bag of gold and turn it into some cash and lean, mean green, meaning plugging in the buyer, or you're going to fix it and flip it, buy and hold it yourself. Totally up to you. But those are all the different types of off-market deals. On-market, this works for on-market as well. So off-market, that's what you'll be doing. On-market, you do the same thing. You take the same templates, right? And you'll copy and paste and send it out. It'll be on Zillow. It could be for sale by owners, right? There's for sale by owners on Zillow. There's people that are trying to sell their property because they can list their property for free on Zillow. You just got to be careful and make sure that it is the seller and not the agent or the Zillow's platform, because otherwise an agent's going to call you and they're going to hound you and hound you and hound you like no tomorrow. You want to be chatting directly with the seller. Now, if it's MLS, it's different, right? So that means you're going to see stuff on the MLS. You're going to see it on Zillow. You're going to see it on Redfin. You're going to see it on all the platforms, right? Because it's syndicated across all kinds of different, like 40, 50, 60, 70 different websites, including the MLS. So once it's on the MLS, everybody and their mother has access to it, but you're looking for those crazy ones, right? You're looking for the ones that have been on the market forever, dead dogs, maybe 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 months, who knows, right? Or the price point's really low, or maybe it's really high, but then you see some potential here. Maybe it wasn't marketed correctly, right? Or it could be, it's just a dead dog, and you're going to want to chat with the agent and let them know what you do and what you're proposing to them, which is probably going to be some type of creative real estate investing type of deal. A lot of those properties are, some of them or most of them are going to be over encumbered. They list the properties enough for the agent to make money, but not enough for the seller. But if you come in and provide that solution, then you could help the brokers, the agent's going to get paid, and the seller's actually going to get paid working with you and us, if that's the case, So it's a beautiful, lovely thing. And so, you become the hero by going, shit, man, this seller was not going to get anything because the property was, the equity was too high and the loan is what it is, and then paying a real estate agent fee, they're going to be upside down. They may have to pay to sell the house, or they're just going to be zero or make a couple of bucks. This other way, they're going to get paid more by working with you, and that is the solution. But you got to find the unicorn agents, not the gatekeepers, because the gatekeepers are not going to let you talk to the sellers, right? They're going to go, I don't understand that. Oh, you can't do that. Or I've never seen that before. I don't know how that works. That can't be right. Is it a scam? Is it fraud? Is it this? Is it fake? Blah, 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 blah. It's okay. What it does come down to is the magical word. That's just ignorance, right? Ignorance is bliss. It is what it is, right? So I stole that from my boss, my wife and partner, because that's what it comes down to. It is, ignorance is bliss. What you don't know is that you don't know until you do know. Right? If the attorneys say it can be done, and if you figure out a way to do it, there's more than one way, as they say, right? To skin a cat, if that even is kind of gross, but whatever, there's just more than one way to get something done. And you just it takes a little bit more time, but you make more money doing it, right? And you're solving problems. So therefore you created yourself a niche. Now there is a niche, and there's people teaching that stuff out there. That's how it works. Some people think they can go to the MLS because hey, there's an agent. I don't got to figure out how to write contracts. It'll be a lot easier. No, it doesn't work that way. You got to learn the rules of the game. So if you learn the rules of the game, then you can go out and play, right? It's kind of like baseball. If you know what first base, second base, third base, the outfielders, what happens, 3 strikes you're out and all that good stuff, if you understand the rules, you can't just like, hey, I'm going to jump in and just start doing stuff because you're going to get hurt, or you're going to hurt someone else, or you're going to look like a fool at the end of the day, right? So, same thing for agents, right? agents, wholesalers, the real estate investors should be friends, not enemies. But it is what it is. Across the United States, that's kind of changing and massaging over time. But I'm not going to get too deep into that. So there are deals on each side, the good, bad, and the ugly. Over here, it is what it is. Have a little bit of experience. Do your homework. You got to vet the agent at the end of the day. And even then, if they write up the contract, you still got to know what the hell you're signing. You should know what the contracts are. You should know them inside and out, even if it's a simple 3-pager, 1-pager, or 3-pager and an addendum for the off-market properties. If it's car forms in California, come on, you got like 20, 30 pages that you're going to have to go through and sign, right? If it's the Midwest, maybe it's 10, 15, at the most, right? And Texas is not as much either. There's a handful of contracts, but you should know and understand what they mean. Print those up and study them. You got to become the expert in your business, right? Can't just take it for, hey, that sounds good, go for it. Or look at something on YouTube and all that other good stuff and go, okay, that looks good. I think I'll do it this way. You have to do what's right for you at the end of the day. I suggest you study and become the expert and read those clauses, right? You want to make your money with clauses. You want to make your money with your mind, a pen, and your mouth, okay? So do your due diligence. Check this out. I'm going to move on to the next slide here. You scan that for the free one. Introduce myself after, 21 minutes in. I'm Erick of Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. Powered by Amp Live Media, sponsored by VIP Execs Realty and Lending, Step into Excellence. Definitely reach out, touch bases with us. I'm going to share, let me see what else I got here. I believe it was show you a property here we're going to get into. So let's say, for example, you go to Zillow. Let me see if I can share this with you. So let's get into it. Share the screen. Make sure that it's sharing. It's not. Okay, I have to go back up to check the screen. Let me see. Let me do that. Should be here. There it is. Boink. All right. So let's go through it now. Okay. Also, there'll be some links. We're recruiting, looking for good people across the United States of America for the American Mentee Program. We only take on a handful. It is a selection process. We mentor you and work with you for the next 6 months. We partner up for 6 deals for the next 12 months. Our goal is to help you build your brand and get your brand up to par and rocking and rolling, whether you're the one-man, one-woman show, or where it's you and a couple of family members. Maybe you're going, man, I want to have an office. So I'm going to scale the sum buck up. I want acquisitions. I want dispo. I want a lead coordinator. I want a secretary to collect checks and all that good stuff and do seminars and webinars or whatever. Then just let us know. When we have that conversation, we'll put a game plan together because you got to have a target. Put a game plan together based on what you want to accomplish, and we'll move forward. Okay, it's very simple. Right? Thinking, well, how do I come aboard? Well, you just got to take care of the hard costs. 2 types of people. One is like, hey, I'm ready to go. They're already a business owner, or they had business. They're like, how do I get started? Boom, we tell them, here you go. Here's the link. Get started. Boom. And they're like, okay, done deal. Already sent. Others are like, hey, this is my whole life. And, I'm relying on you and this and that, blah, 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 blah. Probably not prepared for it. Not ready, right? Trust me. I had a conversation earlier today about working out and things of that nature. Money, get it done. To pay a coach, or at the same token, am I ready? No, I'm not ready yet, right? So am I ready, prepared, and show up to the party to pump some iron, do all that good stuff, and eat right and all that good stuff? When I'm ready, and then I'll move forward, right? Same for you, whether you're ready or not. Once you make a commitment, that's it. You say it once, tell the world, and then go do it. Right? It doesn't matter whether it comes out good or bad or any of that good stuff. You just keep moving forward, right? So the same thing here with real estate. You're going to get tired, you're going to get frustrated, but it's a lot easier and it's better when you have a mentor working with you, not videos, not PDFs, not a coach telling you go watch video 159 on negotiating or a Zoom call that goes for 2-3 hours and you're trying to ask a question and you're like, man, that was 3 hours of nothingness. Cool. I'll watch it over and over. Maybe I'll learn something. Am I going to apply it in my business or not? There's nothing like having a mentor that's going to work with you exclusively when you're making the wrong turn and saying, hey, let's go this way. There's a dead end over there. You don't want to go over there. Let me tell you why. And then going this way and putting an exit strategy together, whether it's a one-trick pony wholesale deal, a sub-2 deal, seller finance deal, an option, or whatever it may be, even on deals that we're going to find here. So I'm going to show you how to search for stuff on here on the on-market stuff. The off-market stuff, we're going to hit Craigslist. We're going to hit Facebook Marketplace, right? You can hit some Zillow stuff here as long as it's for sale by owner, because there'll come up some stuff and it says for sale, right? So you got for sale. There's going to be some other stuff here, home type. The price point, put your price point, beds, home type. I'll make sure that this is showing. Okay, there we go. Cool. Let me go back to this. So we're going to go more, right? More is the one you want to go to. HOA, any. And that's the thing about HOA. She has kind of, home association fees, right? And there's some people that goes to the damn head, right, with the home association stuff, right? Come on, it's not your money. Get over it, right? The covenants. We got to make sure we take care of the covenants and all this shit. Oh, give me a break. Nothing but a pain in the ass, right? It's like the sign police, right? The grass police, the garage door police, blah, 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 blah. All right. If you can find stuff without HOA, go for it. That's the best way. Owner posted, agent posted, new construction, foreclosures, auctions. So I'm going to take off that. Agent. We don't want an agent. Unless you want an agent, you could, but I'm just sharing with you. Owner posted, right? New construction, nah. Auctions, no. Foreclosures, no. This is different. So you got to look at this, right? You want pre-foreclosures. Auctions are cool, and then pre-foreclosures, right? Foreclosure means REO went back to the bank. Foreclosures are probably in the process and probably close to the same thing. Coming soon, status, no, we don't want coming soon. Accepting back offers, no. Pending and under contract, if you need to look for stuff like that, it's there. Open houses, parking lots, blah, 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 blah. Here we go. We keep rolling. If you want to pick all this stuff, you can. Days on Zillow, keywords, you can pop in some keywords in here, right? Real estate, MLS, seller financing. I'm not going to get into that, but go ahead. I'm going to put apply. Okay. So then we got Corona. Oh, sheesh, look at that. There's only a handful of results, right? So we got what, apply instantly, new homes. We got this one, 2-bedroom, 1-bath, pre-foreclosure, 201, believe it or not. Wow, look at that in Riverside, in California, 200,000, which I don't, was probably a 2-1 or something, right? Yep, 2-1, 1,300 square foot, pre-foreclosure. So we got here. You don't want a foreclosure agent for something like this. You're going to go off market, right? So foreclosed auctions, 2.6, and may or may have not went back. It was in default for 13,000 back payments, right? Loan issued was 136,000. Excuse me. So this is something where you'd have to pull, right? You go to PropStream, you go to PropWire, and pull it up, put in the address, and it'll tell you if it's still in pre-foreclosure or not. I'll share some tips when you either go to the Facebook group that's down below, or you come aboard and work with us exclusively as a mentee. I'll show you some of these websites where you can actually check on this stuff, right? Or actually access to a national title desk as well to pull up some of this information. Because on some of these, on PropStream or PropWire, sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. And then we have to dig a little bit deeper to see if the foreclosure went through, did it get postponed, or what happened, and they go from there. So, but first and foremost, you're going to want to get a hold of the seller. So you're going to want to skip trace. So you can skip trace to batch. Deal Machine has it. A lot of these companies have skip tracing already. REI Reply has skip trace Butler, I believe, right? You can use them. They're pretty good to give you the first 3 that are most likely the seller. So their data is pretty good. It's been working pretty good. It's very cheap, cost effective, pennies, doesn't cost a lot. And you can skip trace and then try to find the seller by either calling, or you can do a CRM with text, ring with voice message, all that good stuff. Some regulated, some are not. You have to be, I'm not going to get into all that good stuff, right, with the carriers, because those get all fired up. But 2-bedroom, 13-bath house, as you can see here, right? Just check out another one. This one here is an auction, right? Obviously going to auction. You can go to the auction details and see what that is, but you have to pull up the information. Depending on what state it is, whether it's Southern California, you can go directly and talk with the seller and try to work something out. Or if it's just a regular property that's on the market like forever, which we're going to go ahead and do real quick. Let me see. Let me pull that up. It's right here. Let's go back here and let's pull up. So we just pull up so these are auctions. You can pull up anything, right? Say Corona. We want a 4-bedroom house in Corona. So we got something here. It's Realty One Group. I don't want to say any brokerages, but you can look at a property, any property here, pick one, right? What we're looking for is something that's been on the market. So you have to hunt, right? Now, I'm pretty sure there's probably some software out there that you can touch bases on. I know we've used software for the off-market stuff. On market, I believe there's different types of websites out there that'll hunt for this once you put in the parameters and looking for, MLS properties that are from this price to this price, keywords and all that good stuff. Been on the market for a certain amount of time. But modern upgrades, let's see, let's look for something that looks pretty junky. Kind of like that. It's for sale. a little dated, right? So obviously you'd want to do what? Talk with the agent, qualify them, make sure they're a unicorn agent. How long has this been on the market? 25 days on the market. That's not long enough, right? So it says medium days go pending in this area for 12.5 when it's a hot deal. So obviously it's 25. You need more. Need about another three months to go. If it doesn't sell, you know what to do, right? So that's how you go for the on market stuff. Off market, we're gonna hit something really fun right here. We'll go ahead and pull up this site. You can go to Facebook, but I'm not gonna mess with that right now. I'm just gonna show you how to go here. Not now. Let's share this tab. See if it comes up. Okay, cool. There it is. So you just punch in where it doesn't matter where it's at, but we're gonna hit this site. Then we're gonna go ahead KC. You can go there. Why not? Shits and giggles. Let's do it. Let me see which area you want to hit. We'll keep rolling down here, right here, right here, right here, right here, right here. Where's it at? What do I want? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool. We'll go here. So housing, real estate for sale. Want to make sure it's owner, not broker, owner. So you look for something here. Here's a mobile home they got, $65,099. They got this crazy house, been there forever. Sounds like that one's bullshit. What else we got? Something right here. That's a rental. Real estate auction, Table Rock. That's pretty crazy. Half duplex. Hey, that's pretty crazy. But let's take a look at the half duplex in Olathe. That's a good area. 3 days ago. So you take a look. It's not too bad. Probably a rental of some sort. Nice Olathe property. Okay. Well, we're looking here. The key is looking for sale by owner. Make sure it's not on the MLS. Make sure it's not, an agent of some sort. So you can go here, click reply, 3 days fresh. So it comes up, so you can call. Boom, shoot them a text if you need to. Boom, you got one down. Using our Surfing for Deals, you're going to have templates. So that'll be pretty cool. See what we got here. Let's find another one. Look at that duplex. There's a duplex right there. It's not too bad. Revitalizing the area. 50% occupied. Let's take a look. All right. Just for shits and giggles, we're going to go to California, right? But you got all this stuff in here. Photos available by appointment only. Who knows? It may or may not be the owner. Probably sounds like it is. So you do the same thing. Do a reply. 4 days new. Click the email. It's going to have most likely an anonymous Craigslist email. You copy, paste, boom, let it roll. So what do we use? I'm going to share with you right now. Go back to this here. What we like to use is this here. I'm going to share it with you. Surfing for Deals. Let me pull it up as well. We got Surfing for Deals. It's free. Boink right there. So you'll have access to that. Scan that QR code right there. Boom. Surfing for Deals. I'm going to go through it here. So let me see. It'll be very simple. There'll be some information here. It's a nice little PDF. You also get a video, a training video that'll help you. Email, SMS templates. Script 1. Get script 2. Easy peasy, copy and paste, blow up your email with text and phone, or text, phone, and email with leads. And script number 3 keeps going, right? Section 2, email and SMS responses. So we'll show you how to respond to those leads when they come in. You're looking for, and they're going to be sellers that need and want to sell. So it's beautiful, right? So text response, email response, this keeps rolling. Property finding ads. If you want to post some ads and hunt for some deals, you can do that on all of the websites for free. We give you those ads as well. So it's pretty cool. Let me go back to this. All right. Of course, if you're looking for one-on-one mentoring, then definitely reach out. Scan that QR code. We'll touch base, get in our ecosystem. You can also book a call with myself right there. Scan that QR code. And they got little Chloe, chatting. Go get him, girl. What you doing? Okay. All right. So let's keep on rocking and rolling here. I'm going to wrap this up really quick. Let me see. So you got the QR code right there. My little one sheet, Erick Jimenez. I've been in business for a little bit. I'm a creative real estate investor, mentor, and speaker. where our cause and mission is helping our fellow Americans across the United States of America. So hopefully that helps you out when you're scanning. Then you can go to Craigslist, you go to off-market stuff. If you want to hunt deals and start going, maybe you want to pull some data, pull the right data, and then you got to skip trace it and then upload it to your CRM, start working that type of data. So then the same thing, you're going to have sellers. You're waiting. Your key thing is to say, look, seller says, hey, I'm interested in selling. Or make me an offer. Or they just raise their hand. And don't get discouraged, because a lot of times, look, I'm going to be honest with you, right? They're going to give you the middle finger emoji, right? Boink, there it is. Oh, or they're going to call you this and call you names and all that good stuff. They're having a bad day. I get it, right? Situations are, it is what it is. I don't get pissed off. Look, I know that I'm on lists. I get text messages. So what? I get emails that are spam. So what? You know what I mean? Some of it's cool. I'm like, hey, I like that. I might use it for an ad, right? I'm not going to bitch about it. And if I don't, I'll opt out, or I'll never say stop texting me unless it's rude stuff or crazy stuff, right? It's just part of business, right? It's like when you move to a new place and you get all kinds of, there's no mail, but all of a sudden you start getting junk mail, right? From all the stores and the grocery stores. Do you call up the grocery store and say, stop sending me mail, stop sending me mail? No, it's freaking ridiculous, right? There's no reason for it, right? But people are what they are, and things are changing, right? Because the mentality of people are awesome, right? It's getting better and better now that we got the new administration and things of that nature. So we got a lot to look forward to. My information, I think I got anything else for you here. Nope, that's it. We're going to pop this back up here. Once again, I'm Eric Jimenez of AHA, Americans Help Americans, and AMP Live, the American Mentee Program. We're obviously here to go after some off-market deals, on-market deals, on-market versus off-market. There is the jam to it, right? There's deals on both sides. You just got to pick what you're wanting to go after and then work it. Once you start getting up and running, then you can have what I call verticals, right? You got verticals of marketing for off-market properties. Then you got your verticals set up for on-market properties, right? And if you got the capacity and the bandwidth and you're rocking and rolling, then you can take down, that's right, any type of deal that comes down the wire. Doesn't matter if it's on market, doesn't matter if it's off market. Of course, it's an acquired taste for me, and for others, that's different, right? And if you got acquisitions, then so what? Maybe you got acquisitions that just go after on-market properties. Maybe you got acquisitions that just go after properties for on-market, because that's their specialty. When they hyper-focus, you get more volume, you get more out, or more bang for your buck if you do that. Because if you got an acquisition manager just trying to bring in everything all over the place, right, then they got to become a master, right? A master at negotiating, figuring out what's what, and they better have enough experience to be able to take on anything. So I can throw it on the table. We're going to look at it. We're going to decide what type of deal it's going to be. But if you want to push some volume, then you put an expert on that. You put an expert on dispo, on the different types of dispo, right? So, and even marketing. So scan that QR code. That's for the real estate domination webinar we're going to be having on Thursday at 7 p.m. Definitely be there, be square. It's free. It doesn't cost you a dime. We're going to talk about myself, how I got involved, so you kind of understand what we do and what I'm about. For a good fit, man, we'll rock and roll, guys and gals. Then we're going to have some Q&A. We're going to talk about creative real estate investing. We're going to talk about the flow. That's probably going to help you out, that you can use in the market. Even if you do not come aboard and work with us, at least you're going to get some awesome information on creative real estate investing. Understand the flow when you're hunting those deals, taking it from lead to appointment to offer to a deal, and then ultimately to the close of escrow or COE. Different types of escrow and title you're going to be using depending on where you are in the United States of America. And then we'll have some Q&A. If you got any deals, we'll talk about deals, and then we'll wrap it up. We'll drop a proposal on the table. If you want to come aboard and work with us, great. If not, that's okay too. We'll be around, right? We got open door policy, so no harm, foul, no harm, or foul. At the end of the day, it's all good to go, right? We're all here to just work with each other. So that's it in a nutshell. At 6 p.m., I'm going to come back for our agent training for Mindset Money Monday. That's going to be the gatekeeper versus unicorn agent. Gatekeeper versus unicorn agent, right? What the difference is, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly, and why you probably need both, depending on what side you're rocking and rolling, right? Whether you're a seller, you're a buyer, an investor, or whatever it may be. But there are key components for on-market deals, right? And what you can do for off-market deals. And how does that apply with an agent, right? Does it even apply? Yes, it does. Okay. So I'll share that with you about 6 p.m. later on today. Rock and roll in all that you do. Have an awesome, awesome day. Made in America. Remember, rock and roll in all that you do. Thank you all, past, present, future mentees across the United States of America. I'm going to wrap this up. I believe it's a chow time, and then we're going to hit it hard. We're going to, tomorrow is Tuesday for deals, so we'll be out in the field rocking and looking for deals and talking with deals, and any appointments we have with mentees, we'll be knocking those out. Then back to Wildness Wednesday, Thursday, deal day again. Friday is Friday highlights in the Pulse of Real Estate. Then we do some Saturday training and then the field type stuff training as well on Saturday, and then Sunday for the Sunday sermon, if it comes up, depending on family, right? Because we're not robots. I'm not a robot. We're all human beings. Sometimes we're going to rock and roll if it's planned. If not, then hey, it's time with family. We got some things to go and doing and gearing up and getting ready for the week. That's just part of the business. And remember, real estate can be a lifestyle. It doesn't have to be a career. It doesn't have to be a job. It's like anything else. It's how you frame it, and at the end of the day, hey, it's ironic, right? We all got to take our own advice at the end of the day for the things that we want to do and want to accomplish. So rock and roll in all what you do. Have an awesome, awesome day. We'll talk to you later. Definitely sign up, scan that QR code. I'm going to put this back up one more time with my information here. And you can scan that QR code right there. Boom. I may put up which one is it? I believe we have one-on-one mentoring. I believe, where's the QR code? I think this is it. Not quite sure. But you can scan that for one-on-one mentoring. Set up your time and let's chat. Let's rock. Let's rock some creative real estate investing deals, some fix, flip, buy and hold, multifamily, single family, doesn't matter. Okay. So once again, rock and roll in all that you do. Thank you for watching. Love, like, and share. Appreciate it. You have a wonderful, awesome day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.